Welcome everybody to our weekly tournament here for Pawnda and Horse's team on my stream. Of course, I'm Slaggy, otherwise known as International Master William Pascal, aka playing under the account Sparkle Horse on lichess. 5 rounds, long rapid, 15 plus 5. Tournament lasts about 3 hours. It's Sparkle Horse, Ams, Mahar, Akshak, Bisonov, Resonance Spectator, Acerbate, and ST33 so far. So we've got 8 players. We got the same quote, is that right? First class players is a second class player because second class, whatever, dude. I don't care. That's a stupid quote, and it's hard to say, so I'm not going to say it. Whatever. Too many second, first class, whatever. Alright. Yeah, can we not get these arbitrary quotes? I really should remake the tournament when I get a stupid quote. And just keep trying until I get a good one. A fan. The Arse Club. Alright. The Friar Tuck. We've got 10 players now. The future begins here. The future belongs to he who has the bishops. Siegbert. Roger Ebert. I was never a huge fan of Siegbert. Whatever. You gotta spectamate. Spectamate. We'll be in the chat where I can, though. Alright, Mr. Coffee will nail it down. Cheer 50k. Mr. Coffee's got a Cheer 50k badge. He's busting the Cheer 50k badge. Ars has the... Actually, Mr. Coffee, didn't you have a Hype Train conductor badge? Was that Arsenal? I guess it was Arsenal. Now I'm getting you guys confused with each other, but you're very different. Alright. Here's the tournament, guys. Sloth, slow motion, rapid. Tabias. Go Staff Oregon. Staff Oregon's not in the tournament, but we wish him the best of luck. Is he not here yet? It's not that hot, you know, it's relief, but I've been enjoying the cool feeling of beer on my head. Alright, Uber driver's lurking out there. He's in the tournament. Okay, we got him. 10 players. Go, Staff Oregon, go. Bruce Maneater. Okay, how I woke up. I don't know how I woke up, but I'm here. I feel like I had a little cold starting last night, but hopefully it's just allergies. Alright. I don't know, does anyone else notice anything funny going on with the friends list? Or is it only me? Is anyone else having any buggy... There's definitely something buggy going on with the friends list. Has anyone noticed this? Yeah, I thought I'd like to take it a little seriously. I've been maybe a little too informal in my play lately. Not having played any tournament games in like 2 months, I feel like I'm getting a little bit out of line. Playing the birds opening every game. Like, dude, my friends list won't open. Like, right now, it's like at the bottom of the screen, I click on it, it says no one's here. Like, you're not here. Acerbate's not here. Who else is on my friends list? Maybe Uber driver. Like, the friends list doesn't have anyone in it right now. Like, a minute ago, it was working. That's because you're not here. But you're not the only problem. Like, there's no Acerbate. There's no Uber driver. Like, sometimes it's working and sometimes it's not. I sent out a message, the last of the 3. I'm your only friend. No, there's no one on my friends list. What is that? Earlier, I was doing a lesson with Tourney, and he's on my friends list. He didn't show up. It's got to be a bug. But the friends list is really important to me. I mean, I always can tell if people are on or not. I use it all the time. Everyone has blocked me. No, I mean, Astrobeat was there a minute ago, and now he's, like, gone. I dare you to complain about it in the forum. What's a forum? Forums are so, like, 90s. No, I'll never step foot in the forum. There's the forum freaks plus, like, the grumpy, like, coders and stuff. Now it's like, bloop, it just popped up. Okay. So that's weird. Like, 2 players who are not in the tournament just popped up on my friends list. So Astrobeat, why are you not showing up? Why is Uber Driver not showing up? 2 other random people who are not involved in this tournament are now it's like showing them. Art Vega's on my friends list. He's not in the tournament. He's randomly showing up. Another guy. I don't know about this friends list feature. It needs to be improved. The average age of forum poster is like 12 years old. No, that's the followers of the Botez sisters. I mean, seriously. They did it. At the National Open, the one Botez sister had a meet and greet. Can you imagine what the younger Botez sister meet and greet at the National Open? It's a 1,600 players having a meet and greet. I mean, come on now. Like, really. Meet and greet what? Your, like, 11-year-old male fan base? Alright, whatever. Astrobeat, you just appeared on the friends list. What's up, Excel Poker? You think lichess would recognize the player using old board computer 1700 as cheating? An old board computer? What's up, Excel Poker? Alright, we've got another good player in the tournament. He better not win it this week. He won it, was it 2 weeks ago or last week? You better not repeat. Excel Poker, Oms, Mahar, Uber Driver, Akshak, Shaki, Chess Video World, Stavvargan is in, Bisonov, Resonance, Spectator, Astrobeat, Firetuck, ST33, and Niles. Streamer Master titles. I think those should go for, like, more than GM. Streamer Master. Master Streamer. World Streamer, it should be. World Chess Streamer, WCS. The W gets confused with women's. FIDE Streamer, just an FS. You could be an official FIDE streamer for like 200 euros. Thoughts on merging? Merging. Double range merging. Alright. I am ready to play some chess. My brain doesn't work right. I don't have a good glass for beer. We're going to start the beer. Maybe the beer will help. You thought this was the hot tub channel. I don't have enough... I don't know. People following just for my sex appeal. That's the problem. There's also not enough players. We have too many strong players here. And not enough players like below 2,000. Like, where is my fan base? Where is my fan base below like the 1,800 level? They're all watching like crappy streams. They don't know any better. Okay, guys, 3 minutes till start. 5 rounds rapid. Swiss. There may be some forfeits in the first round. The Arsenal fan base. Uh-oh. Stream keeps buffering. Buffer zone. We will need a buffer zone. It looks good from here. I think it's just you. Try reloading. I've been like sleepy all day. I haven't been playing enough chess. Got invited to... Alright, I got invited to an IM tournament. I'm going to be a house player in August for an IM tournament. And that's already, like, losing money. So, I love how golf, you know, the greedy golf pros are, like, abandoning the PGA Tour to make, like, way more millions of dollars. I'm, like, in the top 3,000 chess players in the world, and I can't even make a living playing chess. Golf players are, like, complaining because they're only making millions instead of, like, tens of millions. Now they're going to switch over. Alright. Whatever. I can't play in a tournament because I can't afford to, like, not work. Let's go. No, sorry, I can't play. I have to work. Golf players. Well, yeah, it's PGA, not US per se, but yeah, I mean they're greedy as hell. I mean that's ridiculous. You know, the Saudi Arabia just chopped up a journalist into pieces, and that's okay. You know, it's completely okay. No big deal. You know, it's completely okay. Millions of dollars are way more important than chopped up journalists. You know, billions or whatever. Nothing important about that. Where is the morality? Alright. Let's go. Stand up for your beliefs. It's nice to drink a beer. Your beer is all gone. We're just about to start. I was thinking about doing the games in Zen mode, so I didn't know who I was playing. Would that be fun or just sort of stupid? Everyone would know who I was playing anyway. I would be the only one in the dark. God. Good luck and have fun, everyone. Announcement from Mr. Coffee. What happens if you play the Dutch against that bargain? Get like a symmetrical stone wall. We know what we're getting here. I normally don't play d4, d5, but I know I'm getting the stonewall no matter what. Though his move order is a little tricky. I mean, if I play g6, is he gonna play like c4? That would leave him in an uncomfortable spot. Technically, c4 is like white's best move, maybe, in this position, but I don't think the Sapvargan's going to play that. So, we can exploit that. There's no, like, refutation of the Stonewall Dutch, though. I'm just not really thinking clearly yet, to be honest. Don't get your knight stuck on h6 for too long. That'd be one thing. I wanna avoid getting my knight stuck on h6 for an inordinate amount of time. Inordinance. The ordinance. Yeah, I don't have a clear plan and my mind is foggy. Foggy brained. Just don't get your knight stuck. I didn't really stick to the normal plan, but I've already played my standard anti-Stonewall setup against him several times, so I wanted to mix it up a little bit. I mean, this is a good exchange. We're trading like white's good bishop, his premier attacking piece, really, so that should always be pretty much a good thing for the black side. Minorities. Thinking in terms of the minority attack. With this queenside pawn minority against the majority, could I play for b5, b4? Sometimes. I wonder if I can grab that f4 pawn, if it was allowed. If it was like cd, ed, queen takes f4, I could probably take it. How are you taking back? No, you can't take with the pawn here. Well, I shouldn't say that, Arsenal. That's an outrageous idea. No, I would have to take back with the knight. I mean, I can't leave my knight on h6. I like taking back with the pawn, but I would rather it was the e-pawn or something. My knight is stuck on h6. I don't know that I played this really optimally. Is Stonewall set up good against strong player? I don't know. Magnus plays the Stonewall Dutch. The advantage of it, as it was explained to me, is that it avoids lots of exchanges, and you have kind of like a long game when you play it. It leads to long games where the pieces tend not to be exchanged that much. So I think it's good for a Magnus Carlsen. but not necessarily good for everyone. You really have to like close positions. Jakob Norowitz, who's an IM in New York City, is the only like title player who I know who would literally play the Stonewall all the time. He's got a weird approach to the game. Okay, f6. Bishop takes d3. Can I get my knight off of h6, please? Man, I don't know. Maybe I have to take back with the bishop here. That was not the plan. I've got like brain scramble. Maybe, maybe not. If you're good at boring your opponent to death, yeah, I think it... I always like playing against it. But it's never an easy game. There's like no doubt this will automatically be the longest game of the round. Primarily because my opponent played the Stonewall attack. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really think f6 through. I guess I should have been more patient here. So what's he going to play? Like knight d7, queen d7, pawn takes c5, e5? Do I sack a pawn? Should he really grab that pawn on c5? Juice boxes. Yeah, well, I mean, G takes f is a normal thing. I would like it if my knight wasn't on h6. Yeah, that's true. Hey, you may have a point. It's not that bad. The knight will get back in the game. He might play like g4. He likes to do that. And Arsenal might be right. Wolf. Staff. What is a stap? Steppenwolf. So, it's a Steppenwolf? Alright, what are we doing? If Arsenal likes your move, you know you're in trouble. The first sign you're in trouble, Arsenal fans starts like complimenting your moves. Like, oh man, it's going south already. Hungry like the wolf. A little 80s Duran Duran. Oh, man. If only my rook weren't attacked, I wouldn't have to recapture right away. That's it. Give up your center. It's alright. He can play g4. g4, knight, h4. g4, knight, h4. g4, knight, h4. h3. How does my knight ever get back in the game? It's never getting back. I have to bring it back to h6 or d6. Okay, he likes to play f4, f5. If g4, knight, h6... h3, then I can play, you know, something like that. So that's not a problem. I think we should think about life and the meaning of life. Need to think about the meaning of life a little bit here. I'm down a pawn. Okay, fine. It's not the end of the world. When he plays g4, it's not without some kind of risks here. e5. This is a weird move. This is a weird move. And we're down a pawn. But keeping the tension. Go Red Sox? What are we talking about? e4 is absolute best, of course. No, there's no argument. White has an extra pawn. Materialists. The materialists are big fans of White's position. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, this guy seems like a pro. Thanks for your support, Juicebox Wizard. At least I have a supporter. Oh, you're talking about White. You guys are so materialistic. I don't know why you would be scared of taking and playing b4. Why should anybody be afraid of that? Now, he took his rook off the f-file. That's arguably a little bit weird, right? Now what? Knight f3. I can't predict any of his moves. He plays like a move I didn't expect literally every single move. Oh my god. Alright. I can't believe the Celtics are losing. Speaking of sports, just when they were that close, like winning the NBA Finals, they're just gonna fold. Right, right. Yeah, maybe it was surprising. I mean, they certainly weren't the favorites earlier in the playoffs. Now he moved his rook again. That's a weird decision. I think the best way we can maybe beat him is to just flag him in rapid chess. Playing for time in long rapid. Celtics will be back. What are we doing? Queen f7? Is all my stuff defended? He's not playing this like it's a stone wall. It's so weird. He played like he's playing like he's playing the white side of the French or something. What an ability to adapt. You turn the white side of the French into a white side of the Stonewall Dutch into a French. Be the ball. Be the ball. You know what is even worse though? It's like polarizing everybody. Because we have to put everyone into camps. It's us against them, right? That's my only comment on that. I'm so sick of like people on every side of the political aisle constantly having to put everyone in a camp. You know, you're either on the left or you're on the right. Because that's how it is. No, that's not how the world works. Why does everything have to be so polarized? Why do we have to be so polarized? We can't work together. Like, people can't work together. Seriously? That's like what's wrong with the United States. The most important thing is us versus them. Gotta have us versus them. The lefties and the righties. I don't know. It's way out of control. It has always been like that. Oh, okay. Whatever. Believe what you want. I'm not going to argue with people here. I've given up. I was talking to this guy who was trying to convince me that Vladimir Putin is good. He had been brainwashed by the Balkan Orthodox Church or something. Trump is good and Putin is good. I'm like, alright dude, whatever, just leave me alone. You're gonna believe what you want to believe no matter what I say, so it doesn't matter, you know. I'm not even gonna bother talking to people like that anymore. They're gonna believe what they're saying no matter what. They wouldn't ever change. Look at this. Nice move. Queen d2. What are you threatening? Nothing yet, but he will be. The subverted. You're subverted. I think Arsenal's pretty subverted. Speaking of subverted, it's a good word. Wait, what's happening here? Just say the opposite of what's completely obvious to everyone, and you can make an argument for it. Okay, he doesn't have a grand plan, it's obvious. Subverted. Subvertedly perverted. He's got a defense for everything. What about like bishop h6? Damn, no problem. That's fine too. I guess maybe bishop on h6 has seen better days. What's the plan? "33 years. I've been playing chess longer than you've been alive. I think he's coming after my pawn now. Oh man, just nothing works. Subversion. This is crazy, right? What am I doing? What am I doing? Losing my mind. Uh-oh. Knight on f5 looks good, I know. I know it looked good, but it was too slow. The USCF says I need to register. Wait, what? Okay. They should start a Saudi Arabian chess federation. Play for millions. Journalists enter at your own risk. Hey, we got our pawn back? No, we're still down a pawn. I was a little bit nervous about c takes d with those connectors, but I was playing for some tactics. I'm still down a pawn? That's just not fair. He's so greedy. He plays the stonewall attack so he can take the pawn on c5. The white square wilderness. Beating was still acceptable. 1988. I like beating. Alright. Beating will never be acceptable. What's he doing? G5? Holy shit. Emotional bruises. Don't heal so fast. He played the G5. After F5. There's a definite theme here. Theme team. Theme. He's got a lot of pawns on dark squares. And now he wants to do it that way. Bishop takes c5. Wait a minute. No, no, no. That's not allowed. Wait, there was a move. Oh, bishop g7? You got... Funny position. Mono squares. Where are you gonna go now? Alright. h5. I don't know, when did white, like, lose this position? Trading queens? Let me guess, that was the last game. I got a winning position at move... Yeah. Let's see. Around move 34, when he traded knights. It may not even be a winning position. Trading queens is definitely... Great game by white, though. I like that shelf there. We have 2 requests to join the team. It's not too late. How did we feel about that player? I don't know. Mixed feelings. I could have sacked the queen. Where's our tournament, man? Did it start yet? We got a 3-minute break. Dude, I can't press the back button. Can I please press the back button? Guys, be the first to gift a sub. Bisonov, ST33. What did you guys... ST33 got a forfeit against Chess Video World. Spalklor, Zell, Poker, Mahar, Uberdriver, Akshak, Shaki, Niles, and then Bookado Inferno with a draw. Buy. Couple buys and a bunch of zeros. Om's lost? Whoa. Om's lost against Bisonov. That's a major upset. Resonance lost to Uberdriver. Dinekis lost to Excel Poker. Sugarami lost to Mahar, who seems to be getting stronger. Yeah, it seems like Chess Video World has done this before. They're kind of like serial forfeiters. Can beer compensate for lack of sleep? I thought I slept last night, but I feel like I'm sleep deprived. It's not how much you sleep, it's the quality of the sleep that you get. Or I have like COVID or something. Alright. I could have gotten COVID from the poker club. Like, everyone is like, oh, what's COVID? Never heard of that before. Now that's not like completely deadly as much. People are just pretending it never existed. I didn't drink anything last night, so the theory as to why I would be dehydrated would be interesting. I look sleep deprived. Thanks. I should have had enough sleep. 8 hours. Rehab taught me that alcohol does not improve your sleep. No, alcohol does not improve your sleep, but I didn't drink any alcohol last night, so this has nothing to do with alcohol. Alright. My brother Billy Bob brought the best boat on the bayou. Watching Forrest Gump too much. The temperature, maybe. Five rounds. You know, I really like thinking on positions where even I know what I normally play. I don't know how to put it. Like, you have to kind of find a sort of Zen mode, literally. He's just like insta-moving. Like it was a 1 minute game. We got tons of time here. I'd rather find my Zen mode than move instantaneously. Yeah, Ams is a good player. I don't know how he lost the first round. But he obviously makes mistakes. He's a tough player. Obviously, you have to reach 2200 FIDE to become a candidate master. He has a very solid opening repertoire. Now this is unusual. Very unusual move. In this order of moves. E4 transposes something sharp. Yeah, this is a weird move. So we just transposed to like a Vienna variation. I don't know, what that is. No one plays this order of moves. Somewhere I saw this recently. E4. Almost nobody using that order of moves. It's kind of interesting. Now he's thinking. You can't play D takes C4 after playing the first 4 moves instantly and then start thinking here. Air conditioner. I need an air conditioner. Definitely. Astrobeat, how's your Las Vegas temperature situation? No, I mean taking the pawn changes the game. Black begins to play not in a classical way, but he transposes to a hyper modern style. You know, it's not about like necessarily trying to keep the pawn. You know, it's about playing a different style of game. You well, you shouldn't only think in terms of it's about taking this pawn and trying to keep it. He wants to take the pawn, change the dynamic of the game, maybe put pressure on my d4 pawn. That's like the general strategy in the. I mean, the strategy in the Queen's Gambit accepted isn't like to take the pawn and keep it. You want to take the pawn, change the game to a more open position, and you're going to try to like counterattack against. You're going to allow the opponent to establish a center and counterattack. He can play a counterattacking type of setup, but Black has to play actively. You know, it's just like this move is extremely rare in this position. Bishop g5, d takes c4. It's probably better than its reputation though. Now knight c6 is like. Now we're talking probably a mistake. Like he's literally transposing to a weird Chigorin where his like bishop is blocked in, you know. That's probably just not great. Do you think he wants to play knight a5? Aster B, what's the high temperature? Like 110? Yeah, I purposely played e4 to get him to not do this. This has to be bad for black. e5. I'm not sure. Queen a4 check. c6. Bishop f6, gf6. I was thinking bishop h4. I mean e5, h6, bishop h4, g5, knight takes g5, h takes g5, bishop takes g5. If I take on f6, takes on g5, nothing special. Unless I have like something weird. The plan was to play this. But I don't know what this is. Okay, now I could take on f6. And it might be dangerous. Take on f6. Pawn takes h4. Takes on f6. Pawn takes h4. Knight e5. I'm not really threatening anything. I mean, my plan was to play this. It's like the weirdest, just a really weird opening. I don't know. I didn't play the best, I'm sure of that. You think black is toast after bishop takes c4? In like which position? You want to just take it? You might be right. I mean, maybe this is the best. I wouldn't agree that he's toast, though. I mean, it's very possible some simpler move is better. Like bishop c4, knight c4, queen a4 check, bishop d7, queen c4. I mean, I get my pawn back, and I have the center, but am I, like, winning? I don't think so. No. Queen a4 check. Ars, you're not playing? Oh yeah, you're not playing. Man, do I have some crazy, like, knight b5 or something? Crazies. Well, I'm up a pawn momentarily. Momentarily, and I don't know if this is even good. Oh, I remember now. The point was to castle queen side. Castle queen side. Guys, don't forget to gift a sub. Be the first to gift a sub this week. Be the first to donate. Make the stream great again. Make chess great again. What are black's options here? He has to take the pawn, no? Or maybe rook h4. Rook h4 is kind of freaky. It's risky, though. I might have knight b5. That's crazy. Rook h4, knight b5. Knight takes d4 anyway. Knight takes c7, check. King f8. Man, I have no idea what's going on there. I don't want to know. I don't feel safe in these, like, Botvinnik style structures. The semi-Slav, you know, it's a semi-Slav like sort of thing. Okay, he hasn't played c6, so it's different. But my position looks like a semi-Slav, where my king is still in the center and I haven't that much king safety. If I had time, maybe g3, bishop g2, but there's no time. I mean, you know, he can play knight takes d4 or queen takes d4. Or rook h4. So now this is the major issue. He also has access to the e5 square, which he formerly did not have. So queen e5 check is a threat. I mean, clearly castles looks best. White is a little ahead of development. If he plays e5 now, do I have rook takes d4? Pawn takes d4, knight to d5? Stomping him? He would have queen h6 check. f4. I mean, my king isn't safe either. There's no way that Las Vegas has mask mandates. I mean, do they have mask mandates for anything? Yeah, only for burglars. And costume parties. King b1, e5, and like bishop d3 or something. I'm not going to pin myself. So, I mean, this introduces the new idea of bishop f5. So don't get too excited. But I think we're winning. No? Because I can meet... I don't understand. I can meet bishop f5 by bishop d3. As long as I'm not missing some kind of obvious trick. What? Pawn on f2? Well, he can't, dude. He's like getting destroyed by knight takes c7 check. This is a double attack. I like queen g4 personally. I could also maybe checkmate him in the middle of the board. e7 looks juicy. Where's Art Vega? Do we have an Art Vega emote? Juicy. I'm no longer a subscriber for Art, so I don't have the emotes. There it is. Juicy. It's a juicy square, anyway. It's like oozing with juice. King safety is of paramount importance. The foundations of chess. This doesn't look good. I mean, this is normal position, but he played knight c6. Nobody does that. The question is, could I have played e3 instead of e4? Then you would do knight a5, knight a5 anyway. I guess there's an argument for queen takes d3. Wasn't my original intention, but like, rook takes d3, queen f5 leaves me pinned kind of in a weird way. But I'm probably winning no matter what. After queen takes, he like doesn't have a move, does he? Alright, so he's got to lose the exchange minimum. I also have a check here. Rook takes h2. That's a classic semi-Slav trick. When white is castled kingside. It's generally more dangerous on the queenside castles. Oh, you were thinking of rook takes h2. Damn, rook takes h2. If I play rook takes e3, rook takes h2, because he has the oof. Knight takes f4, rook h1. Check. Queen c1. White and black are capitalized. Chess grammar Nazis. What's up, nerds? Bob Sacamano. Fish are friends, not food. Can we just have a quick look here at the standings? Sparkle Horse 2, X-Shack. X-Shack was here? Oh. Uber Driver 2. This is a new player. Vikram Somesh. Excel Poker playing. Let's check it out. Shaki versus Excel Poker. Looks like a Queen's Gambit. Like, doesn't it? Nice. Looks like a kind of classic Queen's Gambit exchange variation. Celius is rating with a party of 4. Are you Celius? Thank you for the raid. Much appreciated. Join the party. If anyone would like to join our team, Pawnda and Horses Club, you can join the team if you have 100 games or more. Excel Poker has a ridiculous time edge. How did that happen? Generally, like, Shaki plays really fast. Maybe he's, like, playing multiple games at the same time or something. Piglins. Piglins are from Minecraft. F4. Another Stonewall attack. This is a pretty good one, though. Pigs Indian. Carl from Finland. Wow, long time no see. Welcome. Finland in the house. Finland playing white. The Excel Poker is really solid here. Now, which way do you take? Happy, shiny, kingside pawns. White has the huge wedge. Play on the F file. Black has to be careful. Reminds me of a game I went over last week. Pig Latin. Pygmalion. Why is chess so easy? Oh my god, White played bishop h7 check. Chess looks easy, then you die. Yeah, I mean, this was a move that we were all waiting for. Shockey's a pretty good player. It's important not to panic here. I mean, you never want to panic, right? It's easy to panic. Just calmly find the answer. Yes, there you go. Rook f3. You can double, and you can also keep f5 protected and protect both pawns. That was the best move, I think. But it looks like Excel Poker has the upper hand. Maybe not by that much, though. It's a highly volatile position. See you later, Bob. I don't understand. Did Chucky like show up late to the game? Build 2WK, first gift sub of the week to Carl from Finland. Good choice. Build well, Bob. Chess is easy unless you can't sleep because the bird's chirping at 3 a.m. That's right. That's right. Move 11 picked it off. The chirping birds make you close the window, and then you have to like suffocate because it's too hot and you don't have AC. The birds are chirping now. They chirp constantly. Like they're just, there's no end to their chirping. Why did you have to remind me? I assume he's talking about the movie Juice Fox, right? Like the Tom Hanks movie? But I'm not sure if it was a reference to something. Pawn takes pawn. Now which way do we take? Black will go to the C file naturally. Here comes an ambulance for the chirping birds. Queen F2 solid. This is a tough game. What should black play? That way white's prepared to triple on the F file. So he has some play. It's an interesting question. I don't know if Shucky should trade bishops on e6 or not. Black has a queenside majority. Actually, you know, the a3 pawn is hanging, so that looks like a problem, actually. That's another reason to exchange on e6. Wouldn't have mattered. So this pawn is just hanging, and then he's going to be on this. Looks like white is losing. Now he's reduced to cheap tricks. White should be losing. Perpetual check. Perpetual check is a real possibility, and this might fall. And if this falls, white needs something here. Maybe, yep, G4, G4, queen f7, g5, trying for perpetual. Still doesn't have a perpetual. I don't see how white has perpetual check. Oh, he has queen d6 now. He had queen d6. He's not threatening any perpetual. Black has the e8 square under control. Maybe an extended perpetual. Queen h5 check. Takes on g5. Queen d8 check. There's still no perpetual. I don't think that Excel Poker had to retreat his queen, but it's a very solid move. Basically, white kind of like needs to get g6 or something. Doesn't look good. Cheap trick. Yeah, this is passive. Passive defense is not going to cut it. Overall, it looks like a good game by Excel Poker. But I sympathize with white because I've lost this kind of position before. Yeah, I mean, black shouldn't panic now. I wonder if this is an issue. Does white have a try for perpetual check? He just lost on time. Queen d6. It's not a perpetual. Queen d6. He's lost. Amazingly, he did have a draw. Wow. Amazing. That's insane. Wow, I thought about this momentarily, but I didn't think it worked. White can play e4. It's a really nice idea. If you just push, I take. If you take this way, I have this passer. If you take with the queen, I have perpetual check with queen h5, queen e8. Yeah, e4 was a nice move. It was unbelievable that white saves the game after that. Excel Poker made 3 blunders. There they are. They're all in the endgame, and it looks like blunder 1. Look at those spikes. Blunder 1, blunder 2, and blunder 3. You achieved a winning position with an almost perfect game, and then you made 3 blunders in the ending. Well, he's going to get a passer with e6. Right? White's going to... Akshak has 2, Uber Driver 2, Bikram... No, this guy has 1.5. Entry requirement. Check. Greater than or equal to 40 rapid games. Excel Poker, me, Akshak, and Uber Driver. Anybody else join the tournament? Yeah, I remember when Olivia Newton-John was hot. That's how old I am. Akshak's supposed to be 1100. Dude, have I played this player before? Yeah. There was this tournament in Las Vegas that just happened, and there was some. Of course, I noticed the player who won the under 25 and under 2400 prize was an Indian who was rated like 2100 FIDE. They had like 5.5 out of 9, losing only one game. They played like 7 GMs and only lost one game. I mean, I don't know, maybe not 7 GMs, but like 5 or more. The guy finished like 7th in this very strong open. 2100, who had a Grandmaster. He might have had a Grandmaster norm. My first request, if anybody asks me to play in a tournament, is now like, are there any underrated players from India? Or how many underrated players from India are there in the tournament? Something wrong with the rating ecosystem in India. One of the organizers here, Seve Attila, who's a GM, who played a lot of tournaments in India, and he has a lot of friends from India, and so he's getting a lot of players to play here in Hungary from India. But every time I look at one of his tournaments, there's like 3 or 4 players, and until now they've all been like really underrated. 2100s who are like playing IM level. This Queen D2, this variation drives me berserk. Why do people play this? I don't understand. Bishop e2 and castle queenside. If you want a castle queenside against the dragon, why would you play bishop e2? I don't understand that, to be perfectly honest. I don't understand. Like, why wouldn't you play the Yugoslav attack? Why are you playing bishop e2 here, and then trying to like checkmate me on the king side? It seems so weird. I don't remember the games I had with this player. It's more likely China will start its own FIDE, or India. I don't think India would do that. China might. But chess isn't popular enough in China. Personally, why did I blunder? Wait, I feel like we've been here before. Bishop e6, knight d5, queen takes d2, knight takes d7, check. King h7, rook takes d2. Man, I feel like I've had this game already. This calls for another beer. He did this. Interesting. %30 of China is senior coffee. What's Juicebox Wizard? What's the like average lifespan for Chinese people? I imagine it might vary wildly based on region. Damn, he's not aggressive enough. It plays like instantaneously. Yeah, they're gonna claim that they're 2100. No, 1100 FIDE, right? You were banned from this channel before. I know you rated me. I announced it. But I don't remember banning you or what it was for. There's a lot of people that we randomly ban. I just love to ban people for fun. Okay. Bishop c4. Yeah, makes sense. Banning makes for great content. Yeah, I don't remember that name getting banned. You must have had a different name. It was your other account, your troll account. Better not bring, like, suspicion to yourself. Maybe you're thinking of another stream. Maybe it was another dimension. I love like bringing my bishop to g4 here. Yeah, this player plays like an 1100 FIDE. So anyway, I was talking about the results in Vegas. A very strong open. Lots of IMs and some GMs and a strong field with lots and lots of strong young players. And some player from India whose rating was like 2150, which I assume, you know, they add like 100 points to people's ratings. Maybe not if it's FIDE. Okay. I guess not if it's like FIDE. So his FIDE rating was like 2150. He basically had a GM performance and won clear prize for under 2500, which is under 2500 FIDE. That's crazy, dude. You know what I was thinking about? Though, seriously. There are so many strong players from India that nobody's ever even met. You know, like, who've never played in the West, let's say. You could do like a fake test taker, you know, just find some random Indian grandmaster and like take him to the United States and pass him off as a 2100. Like no one, they don't like check your ID until you like win a prize or something. I mean, I don't know, they would have to probably check his ID when he went to win the prize. It would be tricky. Maybe they'd have to get like a fake passport to make it work. But it can't be that hard, you know, I'm just thinking that would be funny. You know, you could probably pass off. If it's more than 600, they need to give Social Security. I mean, but dude, if you're a foreigner, you don't have a Social Security ID number, Mr. Coffee. So what do they do? They take your passport number or what? What, are you serious? You have like 30% deducted for taxes? Oh. If you're a foreigner, you have like 30% deducted for taxes. Well, so let's say I'm just saying, like, it would be a great scam, you know. There's got to be like tons of 2500 Indian grandmasters who no one would be able to identify outside of India. They could go in, pretend they're a 2100, and just like rack up the points. Maybe put them in the under 2200 section for that matter, you know? %. Alright, we'll sacrifice that. Oh, right. Okay, so it would have to be... Yeah. It would have to be a FIDE section. Yeah, it would have to be the open section. Well, then I guess that's the max they could get, is probably, like, winning the under 2500. The guy... Yeah. Winning under 2500 prize is pretty solid. At least a couple $1,000 or something. I mean, still though, you gotta pay your travel expenses. I just thought it was funny. Funny idea to have a grandmaster like doing a test taking, sort of fake test taker thing. Obviously, like Western grandmaster would be identified. I have to admit, like, I've always had this sort of... I have, a secret desire to, like, come back and play with, like, a new identity secretly. Yeah, I don't know. I've answered this question before, but winning Foxwoods, like, in a 7-way tie, we had like $3,000 each or something. I don't remember, Repunj. That was my best cash in a chess tournament. This guy's extremely strong. There's no way he's an 1100 FIDE player. So far, he's master level. I don't know what to do. I feel like I need to use my king. But what am I supposed to do with my king? Even if I was to try to use my king, what would I do with it? No, it doesn't. Chess tournaments don't really pay. You know, I don't know how people make a living below the elite level. They don't. You know, people don't make a living. That's like mythology. Nobody makes a living by playing in chess tournaments except for 2700s at the highest level. If you're in the top 20 in the world. Other than that, it's like, forget about it. Yeah, if this guy's 1100, I would probably get crushed in the under 1600 section of an Indian tournament. That would be funny, right? Live stream it. Sladgy takes on the Punjab under 1600. Manages like 15th place out of 87 players. No prize. You kind of dislike stale positions as this? I mean, that's a kind of weird adjective, stale. How do you... I like endgames. I mean, a lot of people maybe don't like endgames. This position, for me, it's not really stale. It's kind of tense, and there's a lot of pawns on the board. I mean, it's pretty complicated. There are 14 pawns on board in a rook ending. A lot of stuff could happen here. I have b4. b4 could become very sharp and double-edged. I think he anticipated my idea to play f5. If I play f5, pawn takes pawn, I'm just losing. Okay. I don't know what else to do. Not to blunder. It's a little more complicated than that. This is a complicated ending. Not a simple endgame, not a technical endgame. This is a fully complicated endgame. I could analyze this endgame for like an hour. This position I could analyze for hours, probably. Maybe rook there is a good move. White's showing an immense patience. You know, there's almost no way he's in 1100 with that kind of patience. He's got tricks with f5 too. Okay, f5 whatever. We can deal with that. I'm just gonna play this waiting move. The dating game. Black's king is breezy. It's an endgame though. My rule for heavy piece endgames is like if there's more than 2 heavy pieces, you don't want your king in the center. If there's 2 or less, you want to try to get your king to the center, but be careful. And if there's less than 2 heavy pieces, you definitely want your king in the center. And when I say heavy pieces, I mean rooks or queens. So it really depends if we're talking about like 1 rook, 2 rooks, or like queen and rooks or queen and rook. The more heavy pieces, the less safe the king is going to be in the center. But this is like a borderline case where my king is pretty safe and there's no queen, which is huge. Yeah, I have a plan. Wow, I totally missed this move. That should have been more obvious. Wow, I completely missed this was even possible. Okay, there it is. So things get interesting now. Sometimes using plastic weighted pieces. Plastic non-weighted pieces. You can just like knock it over by accident. Just breathe on it. I don't know, man. This player is, what did he do? He lost to me twice before. 2197. And those games were, like, legit. F5 check. Okay, so I figured I have to play King F6 here, but maybe not. Maybe King D7. There's a really ugly trick, though. King D7. Wow. King D7, pawn takes G6. And if I play rook takes G5, he has pawn takes F7. That's just crazy. So, King D7, pawn G6, rook G5, pawn takes F7, rook takes G2, F8 queen, rook takes E2, is really interesting. Holy shit. But I mean, what's the big deal? You know, I mean, if my king is on F6 versus D7, to be honest, I like this variation a lot, though. King back here takes rook G5, pawn F7, rook takes G2, rook takes G2, rook F3. Problem is, I'm probably not even winning that, so forget it. Forget it. Now I have rook G5. Rook G5, king, pawn F7, king F7, pawn G5. But I have a good structure. Instructive structure. Now white is like up a pawn temporarily. That's interesting. The active word being temporarily. I should play rook G3, rook F2 check, followed by rook F5. So I'm probably better off playing rook C5. The river guarding rook. We keep everything protected. I mean, it's probably a draw, to be fair. The guy played like international master. Or FIDE master at least. He played like at least 2300 FIDE, I would say. This is going to come out to be almost perfect game by both sides. Dog Champ, what's up? I thought I was slightly better, but it's just not quite enough. Like an 1100. Okay, rook f2 check king e6 is actually pretty good. I just realized that. Maybe he has a trick there. Rook f2, king e6, g6, rook g5, rook f5. That's a problem. Is it? Is it a problem, officer? Are you sure? No? No. No, I should play this. This is better. We have the better structure now, but not by much. Chess Zebra. Yeah, he's like literally perfect. You know, can he get around to get that pawn though? And how long does it take? I think he could have a trouble there. A trouble. Trouble. He could have a trouble. Wait. I'm hallucinating again. Rook takes g5, pawn takes pawn, pawn takes pawn, rook down. No, I have rook e5. That's the point. That's the point, brah. He just, like, instantly knows what to do every move. Wow. c3. C3PO. That's a really amazing move. The c3. He's like almost pre-moving. Alright, I just offer a draw. The guy's too good. I mean, clearly. I'm probably not worse here. He played king b2 to play for a win. That's kind of a weird move to try to win with. No? I would think that's a weird move to try to win with. Just saying. I don't understand how a player who's rated 1100 FIDE would decline a draw here with white. Unless you've got an engine or something. I mean, look at this game. He offered a draw. Look at this game. Yeah, I have to be very accurate not to lose. I mean, I'm curious to see how his other games are. I think c3 was engine number one move, which wasn't obvious at all. Six CPL. He made it an accuracy. I was never in serious danger. It does look like at the end, though, I could easily mess it up and lose. It's like a WCM, at least. Yeah, he made some mistakes. White didn't play perfectly. Neither of us played perfectly. It was worse quality than I thought. Both sides made some inaccuracies and mistakes. I thought it would be closer to straight up equal. I'm surprised how big my advantage was, almost winning. I was almost winning twice. Still, not a bad game. I don't know, man. Women's candidate master. Highly respected. Absolutely. I don't expect the men. I don't really respect, you know, any titles anymore, except for even GM. I don't know. Damn, this is taking forever. We're gonna have the next round underway. Okay, anyway, we both played well. Excel Poker... Oh, Excel Poker's still playing. Oh, shit. Wow. Who would have thunk it? Uber Driver, of course. Wow. Epic battle. Excel Poker with white against Uber Driver. 5 pawns each. White has a little pressure. The strong knight on d5. Pressure on the b6 pawn. But Uber is solid as usual. I didn't really play the dragon. I mean, it was a only because he plays the classical. I don't play the dragon repunch. You know, it was a classical dragon because I played the classical move order. It's not a normal dragon. Oh no. Oh no. Uber Driver, Excel Poker is now in clear first place. It's done. I beat him. I got 17 CPL. And black white had 18. And I had no blunders. Just inaccuracies and mistakes. It's funny that nobody plays this move, knight takes d4. This variation shouldn't really be dangerous. So my opponent followed this one game here, but knight d5 doesn't seem like a good move. Knight d5 just releases all the tension, so it's a draw. I played a novelty with king g7, which is actually, you know, a very important move. I mean, this might be an improvement on Grabarczyk. I don't know. Bishop. It's easy to play bishop takes d4, but why do you want to improve the opponent's pieces? If I play bishop takes d4, I'm putting his rook on a good square. Why do I want to do that? You know, I don't really understand why that benefits. White there. Why is knight takes d4 good? Well, I've got to like not get checkmated here. You know, he's got a very straightforward attacking plan. Just hard. It's a plan of development, you know, what I did. Korodai, at least I get my pieces out. I've played a lot of bishop d7 and it sucks. h5 I've played extensively. In that position, this player doesn't have enough games. You need to get 40 rated games. Last round starting. Is it 3 minutes already? Oh my god. Oh my god. Akshak versus XL Poker. Oh yeah, I have to have white. Bird's opening. He played knight h6 against me in the simul. Uh-oh, that's not happening. Right, where's pawn takes pawn. Bishop takes. There. He's rattling off the moves. Look out. G5. Coming for you. Count. Abandoned ship. Knight c6. All hands abandoned the first deck. Am I supposed to play check? That doesn't make sense. Master. Alright. Deep in my preparation. I don't know. Why not bishop d7? That's what I expected. You tell me. I don't know. I don't know. I forgot. He's prepared. He did his home prep for this. He faked me out by playing f4 knight h6 in my simul on Sunday. No, it has to be bishop d7 queen e4 check, of course. I just don't know what's going on there. This is like a rare variation, but the engine says it's okay for white. C3 is kind of unknown, relatively unknown, but it's tricky. We're just gonna bail out. You know, this is the whole idea. The transvestite. Well, it's not really a transvestite, because we're not exchanging places with the king and the queen. So I don't know what you call it. It's evacuation. Evacuation mode. Transitioning. Right. The king is becoming a queen. So transvestite is when they switch places. King f8 instead of knight c6. Totally viable repunch. But you do lose your right to castle. It shouldn't be underestimated. I'm not sure the black king is ultimately, happy to lose his right to castle. But I also, I expected queen a4 check, bishop d7. I have to play queen... I think I have to play queen e4 check. Then like knight e7. And I guess white plays knight e5, but I'm not sure. Do I have to play knight d4? Does it matter? It's Flag Day. It's interesting. Like the U.S. has a holiday, and it's called Flag Day. But technically, you could celebrate any flag, right? All right. So now, interesting question: can I play g3 and like give up the pawn? I have the feeling I looked at that with the engine. He wants to do something tricky like g3. I think I'm supposed to play g3, sack a Pawnda. Bob, sack a Pawnda. Because this mobilizes my bishop. It's a grab. Grabbing. We're grabbing. Grabbing. What about taking? I can't just give up h1. The point was to go here, I believe. Point? There is no stinking point. Nothing can possibly go wrong for black here. Is he lost already? It's a distinct possibility. I feel like I had this on the board with the analysis engine. Jesus Christ. What is that? How could someone play knight e7 instantly? Wait, I'm up a piece, right? Yeah, but it's not so simple. Pawn takes g3, queen g3, bishop takes c6, knight takes c6. I'm up a piece for 2 pawns. Then I have like knight f5. No. Alright. Maybe I have something better. Oh, knight c6. Oh, knight c6. Knight c6, bishop c6. Pawn c6. Knight c6, pawn c6. No, knight c6, bishop c6, bishop c6. Okay, it's a crazy situation. Can I just like take on g3 and play bishop f1? I mean, seriously? The problem is I have like no development. I mean, this is a pretty courageous move for black. to play knight e7 there. Wouldn't most people have retreated their bishop back? But he didn't. He just like fearlessly played knight e7 instantly, without even thinking. That's remarkable. I don't know. Pawn takes bishop. Knight takes c6. Bishop takes c6. I have queen d4 there. Bishop takes g2 is crazy. Queen takes g8 check. Oh my god. I just feel like making a random move. What if I take on g3? He takes with the queen. I take on c6 with the bishop. He takes with a knight. I'm up a piece temporarily. I have queen e4 check. Why are you like pre-moving, man? Queen e4 check? That's what I said? Yeah, that makes sense. What? Wow. Instantaneously, too. He just played b takes c. Virtually instantaneous move. Really need to get my pieces out, but c5 is a threat. Now technically he only has one pawn for the sacrificed piece. The queen g2 looks really, really dangerous. And I could use some threats here. Looks like we're in deep trouble. I mean, I don't know. No development. He's starting c5. I want to play queen c4, but let's say queen g2, rook e1, g3. I just can't get my pieces out. Really need to get my pieces out. I could lose a piece and not be down material. But he has so many passed pawns. It's just outrageous. Alright, I don't know. It's pretty incredible. He's beaten me 2.5 of the last 3. I guess I don't have to play rook e1. I could play more actively with rook h6 here. That might be a good idea. I mean, rook e1 is really passive. Why do I want to do that necessarily? If queen g2, rook h6, it also blocks his his h pawn, keeps his h pawn blocked. Queen g2, rook h6. He played h5. that stops rook h6. How about rook f1? He also beats Shaki without using any time. He had him down to like 6-1. Who's a fast player? And he won the tournament last week. I would definitely accept a draw. I mean, I'm scared. I don't understand what happened here. I must have done something dramatically wrong. This has to be good for white. I guess this is just a mistake. Maybe I'm supposed to play bishop e4. Or not take on g3 right away. Knight c6. Damn, did I screw up? Wait, why didn't I take on c6? He would still take with the pawn. Then I take and he takes. It wouldn't really change the situation that much, would it? Okay, what about, like, getting my pieces out? I mean, I'm really happy to see f5, but what was he supposed to do? Still, the situation is pretty slow. I mean, obviously going to have to sacrifice a piece back for these pawns at some point. Maybe two. Now what do I do? Rook f5. That doesn't work. Rook f4 is awkward. Knight d2 blocks my pieces. Yeah, this is a disaster. Let's say h4, bishop f4. He can attack it with like knight d5. Then bishop e5, knight e3 check. What if I play bishop g5? Me, Jack. Burger King. Burger King. Stefania. No, Burger King. Burger King. Burger King, Hungary Karut. Wow. H3 anyway. Because not all Burger Kings are created equal. Wait a second here. I don't have any threats, alright? How do Whopper prices compare to Serbia? Where are you? Burger King, Hungary Karut? The last time I was in there, the lady was kind of rude. Wait a minute. Center. Ah. You must be. Octagon. Burger King Octagon. Maybe not. Maybe he's in Dayak Square or something. I don't know. Budapest is kind of sprawling. It's actually not that big. What about moving my king at some point? Is that a good idea? I think so. And I also want to develop a knight. Bishop takes, rook takes. Well, this was a fun game, huh? At least we had fun. I think he should castle, honestly. Trade queens. .14. 1 point F4. I thought you put in 1 point. This is what happens when you play F4. I'm prepared to slaughter some seniors. No. Play the world senior under 50. I mean over 50. The problem is it's like all guys between 50 and 65. It's not that. Actually, maybe some of the old guys play in the over 50 group. Just for the challenge. 50's not old enough. I want to play like really old people. 70s, 80s, 90s, 100. Now he's starting to think. He's got a pawn for the piece. Was this fun? This is a fun position. I can't believe you actually played that. That's crazy. Excel Poker is trading queens. Like down a piece. Damn, dude, that's nuts. That is nuts. You mated my queen. I don't know. I have no idea what's happening here. But I don't feel inclined to, like, give up my bishop necessarily. Rook coverage. Plans are good. All right. What about e4 attacking? Crazy. Could go for some clam chowder. My son wants clam chowder. Maybe I can order some canned clam chowder or something. It's never good though. Impossible to get clam chowder. There's this Italian seafood place. Maybe they have clams. Wait. Oh, okay. Damn, dude, with the tactics. That's so annoying. How is he so fast? 2300 rapid. You need to work on your ratings a little. He mostly just plays blitz. Blitz and bullet. I shouldn't be criticizing other people for needing to work on their ratings. But I'm a chess streamer. Alright. Wait a minute here. Rook b8. Dr. Dynamico. Maybe I should have played b4, but it just gives him another target. You come to my wheelhouse, man. The defense of tough positions is my specialty. It's hard to kill me. Knight g6. Uh-oh, what's that? Is that an implicit, like, draw offer or something? Wait a second here. No. I'm not going to screw around a second time. I gave you a window of opportunity there. Better not give you any more. How does he have so much time? God, this is fun. Somebody cheer to be number one. We had no cheers for this kind of chess. Unbelievable. Bill 2WK and Bruce Maneater. Gift sub today. Let's get on the cheer board. Look at this wonderful chess we're playing. The birds is the words. Risking my life and limb here to play f4 against the Fromm's Gambit, psychopath style, just for fun. Clean up on aisle 5. Where did my beer go? I almost drank 2 beers. I'm like so stressed. We're only on game 3 and I'm almost finished my second beer. We start having 3 beer streams. I'm gonna start slurring my words. Wednesday streams are gonna have to be postponed. Okay, now what's up? Yeah, that must happen. This must happen. The Blockadeovich. I can't maintain the blockade. Wow. That's unbelievable. And he wins? Gotta play knight a3. Build the wall. What's the material? D4? Oh man, look at that. What? Wow. But I'm up a piece, right? So I can give up a piece. It's alright, don't panic. You can give up a piece. Always panic. He's a bad hombre. But honestly, I thought that black had a better move there. Get wankered Wednesday. That's great. Big beer. The big beer boys. What the bleep was that? What is that? Who expected that move? I don't know. I don't know. 5 pawns. I'm up a pawn. I don't know who's better here. I think I might be worse. As soon as you accept draw, say I think I might be worse. I don't know who's better. Okay. Dude, that was a crazy game. But I'm just offering a draw because it's time pressure and we're going to start making blunders. I think you're better. All the fans are like disappointed. Game's already analyzed. You are lost. You are lost. No, Repun, that doesn't mean I'm lost. $1.5 isn't lost. That's like the borderline. We don't know. Probably you have to go deeper. I guess my last move was a mistake. Always offer draw when you blunder. I think my first plan was to play Rook G1. This is better, probably. Man, apparently I was totally winning. But I thought his queen trade was actually pretty crazy. Like a good move. I guess if you play the Birds opening and Fromm's Gambit and the center pawn loss is under 50, you're doing all right. Apparently, like my last move was a blunder. Always like offer draw when you blunder. I mean, it makes sense. It's the most obvious move, but because I'm trying to get over here and help with the blockade. But I should probably play Rook G1 first. It looks like, because it would give me like here. You know, I think this is important. The point is my rook gets more mobilized and I can probably play rook C1 with some active threats, which I wouldn't have otherwise. And I still have time to play King E3, you know, whenever. But anyway, it was a crazy game. I know that I'm not better. They're still playing. Oh, Akshak won again. This time against Alms. Jeez, what's the center pawn loss for that game? No one's analyzed it yet. 28 for Akshak. They're analyzing it now. Phew, the guy ain't no 1100, that's for sure. This is a strong player, like FIDE Master Strength. Looks like. Bisonov. Okay, Staff Oregon. Oh, King and Pawn. Oh, Uber Driver, the longest game. Wow, that's messed up. Staff Oregon just like could have played E5, I think. Isn't it? Is he down a pawn or something? E5 check. I don't know. I mean, I feel like it probably should be a draw, but I'm not sure, actually. Maybe it's like better for white. Maybe he's seriously. Then you've got A5, right? If you go back, Staff Oregon just has to play E5 first. Here. He should be alright after that. Yeah, it's like totally holdable. Yeah. It's a totally unnecessary loss. Uber Driver gets really lucky here. Man, I mean, he just like walks in with E5. That's crazy. Should totally be a draw. Now you play A5. Actually, white has to be careful. Okay, white has b5. That's true. b5, actually, yeah, that's pretty interesting. King c5, king d3, king b6, king c3, king a7, king b3, king b7. No, so you just hang out and wait, and you have to have the opposition the minute the white plays king a4. Yeah, it's a draw. Alright, exciting tournament. I think there wasn't enough rounds. Alms has left the tournament. Yeah, I mean, people can leave or come back. It's only 5 rounds, though, so... Yeah, I'm sorry to see Alms go. Oftentimes he can't play all the rounds. So... Oh no, Uber Driver has 3 points? Oh no, not Uber Driver. Oh man, have to play Uber Driver in the last round. Guys and girls. A lot of people left. Mahar left. Finish the tournament. Guys are wimpy. How do you know if Alms is left? I mean, he might play the last round. Did he withdraw? Russian Bear. Ruslan. He's not Russian. Alright. Don't say that. That's bad. Uber Driver versus me. Akshak versus Excel Poker. What I need is the tie breaks, boys. We take down Uber Driver, and then they have a friendly draw on board 1. That's the difference right there. Draw board 1. I win the tournament on tie break. Hey, what's up, Mr. Slowhand? One of these days, I'm not gonna... Wait, what happened on Sunday? I'm not gonna lose to you. Pac-Man. What? How am I playing Siguryomi? Did Uber Driver drop out? How does this affect my tie breaks even if I win? I can't control this. But I should have played Uber Driver. What did Uber Driver do? He like took a bye in the last round? How did that happen? Did it maybe it really paired me with a different player? That's a huge rating drop. I mean, to pair me against a 1900 instead of a 2200. We'll have to get Mr. Coffee on the pairing case. I don't know, man. That's a really weird pairing. I would be pissed if it was like a money tournament and I was them. And I get a low rated player and Uber Driver. I could have played Uber Driver. Walter Brown would be like hitting the ceiling, screaming at the tournament directors. He'd be freaking out. I wonder if d5 is even the best move there, actually. It's like our hero is happy here. Okay. That's not a great move, though. Because you can't support your pawn chain properly with the pawn on d3. Oh, I blundered g4. Alright, white plays too fast. He's doing c3. Yeah, that's a normal thing. I can play f6, though. Then g4 is a real move. Still probably not great. Should I play f6? Say we go for it. Only live once. He did d4 in 2 moves. Survey says, wait, might be overextended. But we really need a c5. He's playing incredibly fast. Bullet addiction is a real thing. Seriously. Where is the freaking fire? All right. I don't know. I'm just going to try to play solid. I want to see the tournament cross table. Who did our opponent play? He lost in the first round. I'm walking to the cross table. He lost to Mahar. He lost to Sapvargan. He got a forfeit against Heroku. And he beat Asterbait. We have to win this game. I'm worse. I'm just worse. And he's used 0 time for the whole game. Maybe I can beat him in an ending. It just made 0 sense. Look at this positional move. This is a great move. I think it's a great move. Maybe not. It's sort of sad to take that way. Look at this. He's a master, secret master. Do I have knight takes e5? Knight takes e5. Pawn takes e5. Rook takes f3. Rook takes f3. No, I'm going to end up down the exchange there. Almost have this tactic. Jeez. Knight takes e5, pawn takes e5, knight takes e5, queen e2. I mean, there he could also just take with a knight. 2 knights for the rooks. hallucination or something. Jesus Christ. I mean, the guys use no time for the entire game. What is going on here? It's the French. It's cool how I got to magically play pawn takes pawn, and I mean knight c6, pawn over my knight, pawn over Miami. You seriously need to slow down, dude. This is crazy. Immense talent. What do we do? What do we do? Empty bag of stories. Interesting name. Thank you for the donation. For the story fund. 200 bits. What about h6? Because I really don't like that knight ever getting to g5. We've also got to be prepared for h4. It's practically an eventuality. I don't like h8, so I'd prefer to go to e7. I thought we bring the queen to b4 and maybe play like knight e7. I mean, it's really tempting to play queen a3, but honestly, something about it freaked me out. I mean, the fact that his rook is like here is the first thing about it that's kind of weird. Even if I could take the pawn, he might have knight c4 or something crazy. I don't know. Yeah, on the surface. This is a very surface. Now White is thinking. The other games in this round are probably over. This is our final round. I have 2 wins and 2 draws, and I need to win to have a chance to tie for first. Open tournament. Open sesame. Excel poker with a big space advantage. But looks like Black's hanging tough. Excel poker is not exactly playing safe chess necessarily. In the last battle. Alright. So now my opponent starts thinking, whatever. Knight b1. To reposition the knight here. But now I have tactics, exchange sacks. Tempting to sack the exchange. That would be a double exchange sack. No. But I do have queen d4. Queen b4. He was worried about queen a3. A5 is interesting. Okay, queen takes, knight takes, rook takes f3, rook takes f3, rook takes f3, rook takes f3, knight takes d4, sacking the exchange. It's pretty extreme. I don't really like it. Exchange sack with the queens on the board is more appealing. This was like a last minute decision to play queen b6. But I mean, if you keep pressure on his center, maybe something good will happen. The other interesting move there was a5 for black. Though he would probably just play a3 and I would have to play queen b6 anyway. I could trade queens, but it's kind of simplifying to closer to a draw, I would say. So, cheers. The last of the beer. Keeping it on a 2-beer stream. Thanks for the 200 bits from Empty Bag of Beer. Empty Bag of Stories. We had gift subs from Bill and Bruce Almighty. Swordman has followed. 300 bits from Mr. Slow. Mr. Slow, you should play in this. Is it too slow for you? Time control is too slow for Mr. Slow. No, King G2, unfortunately, was a good move. I was reorganizing anyway. We've been reorganizing for a while with that sad knight. The whole plan was to like, get my queen off of e7 so I could... It's all kind of connected. You know, first of all, I had to play h6 to stop him from playing knight g5. Then, you know, get the queen out of the way. Then play knight e7. I mean, what's the point anyway? I don't know. I mean, maybe I can play knight f5. Rook f7 and knight f5. Too long, you're exhausted already. Maybe I should do this on like Saturday nights when I'm free. I guess the rapid tournament, the long rapid tournament is better for a... It's like better for a weeknight, a weekend night, a weekend even. Yeah, this guy is pretty impressive. And not the first time. We've only played 3 games, but he's been tough before. I think I remember one with black. Must have been this one. Doesn't look like tough, but he was tough. And then the last one he just lost really badly. Thank you for 300 bits from Mr. Slow. All-time gift sub record holder. And hype train conductor. What's happening in the tournament, by the way? Oops. I just maximized my board by accident. Sorry. Now our board looks weird. Rook b2. Yeah, you feel the blunder coming. There it is. But you can never be too careful. Knight d4. Knight d4. Queen d4. Queen d4. Knight d4. Rook takes b1. Knight takes e6. Are you sure it's a blunder? Christ. Are you sure, officer, that's a blunder? Knight takes d4. Queen takes d4. Queen takes d4. Knight takes d4. Rook takes f1. Knight takes e6. Hitting my freaking rook. And I have like nowhere good to go. I can play rook f5, which is really awkward. Rook f5, g4, rook f4. What am I saying? Rook f4? That doesn't work. I have another move here. There is g5. Sort of somewhat simpler. A simpler approach. I mean, maybe I missed something there, but knight takes d4, queen d4, queen d4, knight d4, rook f1, knight e6 looks very problematic. Well, he might be running out of ideas, but he's definitely not running out of time. In the meantime, I can see what's happening in the other games. The critical matchup with Excel Poker. Oh, he already got the win. Wow. Excel Poker wins again, crushingly mating his opponent in brute force to win 2 weeks in a row with 4.5 points. Wow, congratulations. Devastating. Yeah, we had a great game. Uber driver was a real spoiler, dropping that exchange. I'm going to blame Uber driver now. It's good sportsmanship. Alright. We're down to 441. Looks like g4 is simply winning. Okay. Obviously, like, white probably should have tried, presumably, h3. Now he's losing an immensely important pawn at d4. And I can protect the g pawn with my h pawn in the event of knight e3. I mean, this is a good structure. That's why I played f6 and took on e5, because now I have this protected pawn here. And it's impossible for white to really do anything. White's time is unreal, you know? Just unreal. He doesn't know how to take his time. Imagine how talented he is to get such a reasonable position using no time at all against a player who's 500 points higher. If he just learned to manage his time, to use his time practically. a4 now, I mean, this could become an issue. His knight is sidelined. b5, okay, threatening rook b4. Master has that move. Master is getting hungry too. I thought he definitely should have played h3 at some point. Maybe this is a mistake? No. I don't know. I can't believe I'm not winning here. If I have time, I actually play good chess. I know that's hard to believe. Especially for Mr. Slow. He's witnessed some really bad chess from me. Now what do I do? White's still hanging on. There's gotta be something here. Oh my god. Don't drop your rook on the wrong square. Tricky. Tricky. Still it's sharp. Getting hungry. Where's my dinner? I'm getting lulled into a false sense of complacency here. Alright. There has to be a mate. Maybe my G-pawn is just too fast. I have pawns too. But we can play for mate. Where is the mate? I'm just not seeing the mate. I'm actually queening first. Phew. Yeah, I don't think he can stop the pawn. I hope that's enough. Oh, he has a move. Shit. Oh man, he has a move. Can't stop it. Right? That's it. Can't stop this. Alright, this was not really good technique. There was something about knight g4 first that I didn't like. He was playing king f3. Wasn't it a problem? I mean, maybe not. You didn't get what was wrong with knight takes d4. Dude, it was like, I win the exchange, but then he takes on e6. And I thought we went through that. It felt like I was getting suckered there. 26, knight takes d4, knight takes d4, queen takes d4. Queen takes d4, knight takes d4, rook takes f1, knight takes e6. And it's like, where do you put your rook here? Maybe I had rook f7. I looked at rook here and I started to lose my mind, you know. Maybe I should have taken it further though. Maybe I had rook f7. I probably had rook f7. He takes he trades queens first. This is the question here. Yeah, I was winning. Yeah, it worked. I thought knight takes e6 would save him. It just doesn't work. I looked at this and I thought this was a problem too. But it was totally faulty. Yeah, I should have just done it. g5 wasn't as good. Should have been winning easy. I made it exciting this way. But we always had it under control. It was just kind of an exciting way to finish it off. And now it just, yeah, I mean, knight g4, I didn't like this for some reason, but I forgot like my rook was protecting g2. So yeah, it doesn't matter. They're both good. But I never let it get out of control. It was 7 inaccuracies. Maybe my best game, actually. 7 inaccuracies, 0 mistakes, 0 blunders. The more I play, the better I play. Like, I need more practice. Technically. You know, I think I play better if I start playing longer games. You know, practicing more. My best peak period was when I was playing a lot. Like even like club tournaments and playing 100 games a year. I'm just not active enough lately. Rook e2 at move 45 faster. You got rook d2? What are you doing? You're like mating him with d4 somehow? Here? That's a weird move. If I had 2 moves in a row, it would be good. I need like rook d2 and king f5 as well. I mean, I guess he could play there. I mean, I'm sure that it wins, probably. But no, not faster. Maybe you're talking about a different position. That was interesting. Yeah, not a bad game, actually. White misplayed the opening. I screwed up with knight e7, apparently. Wow. I actually played d4. It never even occurred to me to do that. It's so weird what he did. Like, he just played d3. I could have played d4 right away. I'm just not playing the Nimzovich that much to think about it. I'm just on autopilot. And he was playing like instantaneous moves. But actually not a bad game. Alright, so congratulations are in order for XL Poker, who wins the tournament with 4.5. Bisonov still playing with the Uber Driver Epic Game Player. Oh my god. Oh no. Bisonov going down in flames. We caught the last moments of the debacle. Alright, the last moment of debacle. Congratulations, Uber Driver, tying with me for second place. Losing the tiebreak, of course. Crushing. I had the master tiebreaks, 12. But not enough for first place. Excel Poker taking the 4.5 points and winning the tournament again 2 weeks in a row with a 26.57 performance. Impressive. Impressive. He even gave me a draw in a better position when we were down to 1 minute in our individual game. So, master strength play from Excel Poker, undoubtedly. Very impressive. Winning the tournament with 4.5. Maybe he'll get back to tournament chess. We've got myself with an average performance, a couple of draws. Uber Driver taking third place on tiebreak. Akshak with a credible performance, losing in the last game against Uber Driver. Akshak losing against Excel Poker in the last game. Let's see. Let's show before we leave the bloody, crushing victory of Excel Poker. 22 cent upon loss. I thought it was a King's Indian, but it was not. It was, of course, a Sveshnikov. Classic variation. I don't play c4. You know, some people swear by this, though. I mean, that's one of the main variations. I never really understood it very well, I guess. I've never played c4 myself. So Black didn't know the theory, or he just played an inferior variation? No. Yeah, I studied this in like 1986. Very briefly. Like for one day. And I was like, you know what? Chapter 1.2783. I don't think so. I gave this up when I was like 1100 because it was too complicated. At least for an 1100. Not for this 1100. So you're supposed to play h4. That's Kasparov. Did that in a c3 line. That's a common idea. I mean, h4 is a common idea. But the funny thing is he's not castled yet. How does this work? Oh, you just got the c7, yeah. So anyway, wasn't a perfect game. You played it like a c3. You really played kind of in the style White normally plays the c3 lines. And he misses bishop f4. Yeah, I mean, that's a common move too. He had a good game after bishop f4. Nice maneuver. Black's defending. Black took a passive stance. And then here I thought I would have sworn it was a King's Indian. You know, I was like, oh, it's some kind of weird King's Indian. When I saw this, I had no idea it was Sveshnikov. Bishop g4 is strong, like positionally. Yeah, that last round pairing was kind of fishy, Uber Driver. I'm glad I escaped you. Your clutches. So it looks like Black was hanging on. But naturally, like, this looks really scary. And Black's bishop is horrible. White has two good knights in a closed position. So I saw this when I was playing, and I thought, okay, Black's much worse, but maybe not lost. I was optimistic Black could hang on. So apparently, like, this is his, like, biggest mistake, knight d4. He, like, simplified. And I guess this allows f4. The e4 pawn is weak, but... So you blundered, allowing bishop e5. He could have sacked, that's surprising. You could have sacked the e4 pawn, wow. That's tough to see. I mean, that looks that looks really illogical to give up your pawn there and allow queen f5. So apparently white's like just totally winning here, even though he's down a pawn. The knight is so dominant, it's just brutal. Imagine this position. I would think like king d3 or something. Black is like paralyzed, just totally paralyzed positionally. Black got in the game again, and it was too much. So he missed his only chance. Black has to get off the file. I don't know, king d2 or something. a4. He could have put up a lot of resistance. Let's say rook f1, queen a8. Yeah, so black has to be careful, but he wasn't necessarily lost after you missed that move. But it wasn't easy to play. They both had tons of time, by the way. I mean, both players have 9 minutes here. It's too much. You know, black especially should have taken more time not to get a lost position. You guys, normally Excel Poker's better, but it seems like even, you know, he's making blunders. He made 2 blunders. Okay, it's the last round, but he made 2 blunders. They're both playing fast. They both played too fast. And they both made blunders. You know? I mean, it's like you got 2/3 of your time left. That's too much. And then the final blunder. And we're threatening... What are we threatening? We're threatening the queen. Do we have a mate here? We're obviously threatening rook h8 mate. It's a tough one. Yeah. Alright. Congratulations. First place for Excel Poker, second place for me, and third place for Uber Driver. Master of missing the dangerous last round pairing. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. We're going to be back tomorrow, hopefully, if I'm feeling up to it. And thanks to Mr. Coffee for doing a great job moderating today. Sorry you didn't play. Yeah, Mr. Coffee can only play on Saturdays. Arsenal dropped by. Thanks to our moderators. And again, congratulations to Excel Poker. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow morning. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.